Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Josh Dobbs, preseason week 2, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there and become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Josh Dobbs, preseason week 2. Nice game. This will be a fun one. Slot up top, little quick out, flat, perfect call versus this look defensively. They're going to get slot pressure, which is going to vacate that area of the field. Create this nice, easy pitch and catch. Really love Dobbs's base here. You know, the more and more he gets an opportunity to play, grind it out, a career, I think you can see kind of the in-game reps kind of help polish his decision-making, the way he's able to play quickness-wise. We're getting spider-cammed here footwork-wise, but watch how quickly it gets lined up. Right? That's lined up to your target. Well done. Ball out quickly, decisive. Good start. Next one here, another excellent rep. This one's a little bit better for me because we're going to start to the bottom, not there. We're going to work the in up top versus man free. Nobody in the middle of the field. Nice poise. Again, you know, I don't think it can be overstated, even in a clean look like this, how nice it is for a quarterback to be able to work one side, come back to the other, stay on time, read it out, play that thing out, put it right on the body on the break. Just really, really well done. So what I'm used to calling like an iteration of smash down here to the bottom, it really doesn't matter. It's a flat. It's a corner. Not a great drawing. Corner. It's that kind of like drive on the backside. So as you come up and work this basic, you can see everything's going kind of left to right. So the read would almost guaranteed be, you know, or vice versa. Something like that. So we're going right to left. Now the reason it's so open in the middle of the field is because I'm used to classifying this middle field closed, man, but there's nobody in the middle of the field. He's got the back because they're rushing 5. So you rush 5, I think universally most people call it man free. There's not an extra hole or lurk thief player in the middle of the field. When you know you've got that versus 5 person, there's nobody to worry about. You can easily come back and rip that backside in. So really well done. And it's not as shallow. I misspoke. The number 1 up top's running that little like pivot or spot. So well done right here. Again, I really like how quickly Josh can go right to left here. Put it right on 19. No. Again, watch the footwork. So the base is perfect right there. Looking to the right. See the corner to 10, bad leverage. Off of it. Boom. Lined up. Throw it right down the hash. I mean, that's beautiful. Work the middle of the field. On the body. Hell yes. Next one here, naked keeper down here to the bottom. So we're going to play fake up top, come out of this thing, hit the slide or sneak flat down here in the flat. You know, not maybe the most impressive throw in the world, but still appreciate the fact that off platform, move the launch point, throw a nice strike. It's a very catchable ball. It's not a laser. It's not a difficult catch. I think these little easy throws like this go a long way to making the easy things look easy. As a backup, you got to be someone they got to trust. Hey, can we convert these types of things? Corner, over. It's the same type of naked keeper we see all the time. So as you fake this thing, we're coming out with enough depth to be able to navigate the hard edge. So if someone pops in our lap here, we got to have a plan to navigate this and get this right here. I just love this throw. The weight of this, the touch of it, he's making it look easier than it is. Nice fake, get depth, wide open, nice easy catchable ball. Don't miss a layup, but also make the layups look easy. Just a really well done, polished rep. Again, look at the ball handling, polish. Extend, offhand on the core. A little Aaron Rodgers guitar action there. Woo! Beautiful, nice touch. Well done. Next one here, 1st and 20, post penalty. I'm always trying to think about getting half back in these long yardage situations. So right here, we're going to hit the back. I'm going to call this a little option or choice out the backfield. Now, again, Not the most impressive throw when you think, distance, timing, anything. It's open. The reason it's on this video is because he takes a big shot here on the back. So the capacity to kind of deliver this thing as you're getting hit, be able to fight through that, bounce back, the next rep, the rest of the series. That's not just some random defensive end over there going to work. And again, I understand what's happening with the left tackle position in San Francisco right now. That's a big shot. And it's right when he lets it go. So to be able to fight through that contact, get the completion. Again, I like seeing it. These aren't 7-on-7 reps. These aren't practice reps. Quarterbacks only get hit so many times when you're not the guy. So these types of reps, I think, really go a long way to kind of being able to prove that you can hang in there. We're not bailing the pocket. Hang in there, put it on him, get hit, raise up, and play the next play. Now, the very next play here is going to be a little quick or now screen to the number 2 up top. They're going to sniff this thing out. In fact, Chase Young, the defensive end up top, is going to sniff it out. What I love, and the reason it's on here, is because Josh Dobbs sticks his nose in there. Now, is it the most violent block at the point of attack? No. But is he backpedaling out of there? Is he going the other way? These types of reps go a long way to endearing yourself to your teammates. Get in there, try to block somebody, protect yourself. It's even better when it's your left shoulder. Again, do we want every starting quarterback across the league to do this? Probably not. But when you're a guy grinding for a spot, when you're a guy who's got to claw out his career, these plays, I'm telling you, there's something to be said for a quarterback being a football player first. And right here, very rarely do you get this opportunity. So stick your face in there. Maybe get a little bit more than a one-pump chump next time, but still, that's a decent collision. Next one here, 3rd and 20. We're going the wrong direction, huh? This one is going to be what I'm used to calling hammer up top. It's really just an iteration of dagger. 3rd and 20, a lot of bad things can happen. Right here, getting a good chunk here, making this field goal more reasonable, I think is a super veteran move. It's a smart play. They're going to give you that underneath. Don't hold on to it. Don't take a sack. Don't be careless with the ball. Smart, decisive, get it out of your hand quickly. It's just these examples of these kind of throws, these kind of decisions to me show a really smart player who understands where he's on the field. So here's that deep end. It's almost paired with that. Looks a lot like dagger. To me, I think of dagger as usually paired with a flat or a shallow. When it's paired with more of this like pivot element, I think of this more as what's sometimes called a hammer, right? Like that looks like it's going to hit a nail. There you go. You're welcome. So if the second level of the defense is already, 5+ yards deep, they're going to get depth, the linebacker types. Just raise up, boom, he's ready to go. Can't get it out of your hand fast enough. Now we're kicking a field goal at the 30. It's just a smart, high IQ play. It doesn't, it's not going to wow you, but when you're fighting for a spot like they are to solidify that backup, these types of plays, I think, really help. Next one here. This is the first, potentially kind of funky read play. Now it ends up working itself down to the check down here to the bottom, the little check flat for a completion. So, I understand we're being nitpicky talking about completions and where the ball could go. We're not in the quarterback room. We don't know exactly what the read is. I can tell you we've already seen him hit the backside in. So we know he can do it. I probably think he could get there here. Now, the coaching point that I'll say is that this thing often, I'm going to call this a pylon or a back pylon or flag, like a deep corner. And then you get this sail coming out of it. And then this backside in. Okay, so those are kind of the down the field options. I think where the ball goes, he ends up throwing the check flat, and there's probably over the ball. Now, if you were looking at this like on the install, like the play diagram from the coaches, it would probably say alert or 1. The next thing would be here. This is where the ball's really trying to go. And then I would bet this would be 2 or 3. So 1, 2, 3, like that. And then the check downs. Now, the coaching point here is that if you get hung up, so say we feel like we give this an extra hitch right here, like this is going to win, we think it's going to win. Well, then sometimes that will naturally bring your eyes down here. Like you give it an extra hitch, and now you feel like you'll be late if you come back to the backside in. Or furthermore, you let that thing work, and sometimes you just see this thing flash because your eyes are this way, right? But I personally would love to see him consistently say no and then come back and work the in. Now, maybe the in isn't their first window, but maybe it is second window. And again, you don't have to be a math genius to know that that's more yardage than this, right? So just let it play out. Again, it's a bit of a funky look down here because on this sale, I don't think anything pre-snap here says that this safety is going to hang outside of this thing. So I could see why it would look confusing. So yeah, and then I would say, hey, let's get back to the backside in as fast as we can. Because it's just a better play. You drill the hell out of that. You want to see get through full field progressions. So down here to the bottom, again, that little Seattle, it's tough, right? He's out leveraged by the safety down here. Backside in. Instead, what are we taking? 7-step drop under center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hate it. Click, right? First time we've seen a click. Click, click, click. Now, 3 clicks and we're late. And we never get to the backside in. So right here, I would love to say, hey, let's get to the backside in. Now you might say, and he might be right, to say, hey, these guys are getting depth into this lane. I'm going to say, hey, I think you could probably put it in here. But if you don't think so, right here, boom, there it is, out the back door. So again, just different ways to play this. Again, we are being super picky of the preseason with a route combination that we don't know for sure how they're being asked to read it. Click, 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 He got locked on that front side. Never saw him get back to the backside. We still get a completion. But again, I think we've already seen him work the backside in. I just want to see him do it consistently. I want to see him locked in, polished. Again, you can see that thing. If you throw that thing right down between the hashes, that's a completion. Whoop, right there. He can make that throw, right? Get through the read. Click, 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 click. Still, completion. Next one here. This is the same play that we saw him hit the backside in last time with the little pivot up top and the backside in. This time he's going to throw the quick out down here to the bottom or the flat. Can't catch it for him, right? So again, we can have a nice statistical day. It probably could have been an even better day. This to me would be a drop. I think he makes the right read. This also is middle field closed man. If you remember the last time we played this play, I said we had middle field closed man free, meaning 5-person pressure, which leads that nobody in the middle of the field is that thief rat player. So when they go man here and they're only rushing 4, so we've got the 4 down. This extra player, he's just hanging out here. So he makes that in route a little bit tougher if you ever got back there. Not impossible, just tougher, the awareness part of it. Again, I don't think he makes a bad decision. I think this is there. I think we got to catch it with the corner potentially there, and you can see this thing work out. We've already played this play. They're going back to the well. Nice job again trying to find a completion. No, no, no. And you can see the in up top. He just gets jacked. He never gets in there. Jammed at the line of scrimmage. But you can see that extra player down here as the inside backer, the middle of the 3. Catch it. So close. Next one here, a little RPO. We're going to hit the slot down here to the bottom. Reading the backside inside linebacker. I think his number's 58. This to me is an excellent decision. We end up just getting hit because of how this thing plays out. And again, I think it's really valuable to see how a guy handles getting hit like this. Now, this is kind of the negative effect potentially of running RPOs. I love RPOs. This is going to be there. This is the conflict defender that we're reading. Second level inside linebacker, backside inside linebacker. Nobody's blocking him. So we're essentially what I'm used to calling base blocking the backside. So just one-on-ones here. And then these 3 are zoning to these 3. Okay, so depending on what their landmark is, is it inside zone? Is it wide zone? Is it outside zone? It can change their kind of paths up front. But potentially RPO-wise here, the center's going so far with his initial reach with this technique that he feels like, oh, if it's a run, I'm going to leave him for the next guy. Well, it's an RPO, and now he's running right at our quarterback through the A gap. So it's just one of those things where you can see the connection of the run blocking with the P element of an RPO. Now you got somebody right in our lap hitting our quarterback in the face on a slant. I thought the throw was good. I think it's a really cool rep for Josh Dobbs because it shows how quick he is, He's able to play these RPOs. He throws it, gets hit. He doesn't chuck and duck, puts it right on, and we just can't hook it up. Next one here, 3rd and 10. This is a really nice job from Josh Dobbs using his legs. So the second part of this play I really love. He's got to go, or it feels like he's got to go. Now we can go create. They're playing man coverage. Nobody's on the quarterback. He shows the athleticism, the capacity to get vertical, make somebody miss. A little flavor at the end as well. Just a nice job being able to, once right here, to go make a play. Right there, get vertical, make the first guy miss, get down, protect yourself. Really well done. Now the part I think you could argue to say, hey, maybe we don't need to do that is, again, I'm not going to pretend to tell you where their read is to go with this. But I will say that normally this play is played as kind of a access alert. Like, do you have the speed out, the spray out? Take it. Otherwise, read this saying inside out, 1 to 2. And usually the slot guy is just a tick deeper. Now, these to me are not great man beaters, right? The reason I say that is because I consider them static at the top. So you're having your eligible run and stop their feet. Now, some teams allow these guys to kind of come in and almost get out of it or chase down your stem that you came. And okay. But again, you can see here, to me, man, right here, this dude is right with him, running right in his hip. It's never going to be there. So I think if he wanted this, that's a first down. If he wanted this, I would say if he didn't want this and he's going to work inside out, I would say we could probably throw the ball here. Okay, the backside looks like it's an in, which is not my favorite combination of this. My favorite combination of this would probably be like a 7 stop or corner stop on the backside. So if you got hung up on this, you could feel the squeeze and come back to that 7 stop or corner stop. But again, you be the judge down here to the bottom. It's really easy with a clicker and a marker and screenshot, where the ball should go. 1, 2, 3, throw. Now that's a big boy throw down here to the bottom. It's not there. He uses his legs. Nice job going to get it though. Outstanding being able to kind of turn a 3rd and 10, 3rd and iffy to now show off the athleticism, get vertical, get down, protect yourself. First down, let's go. Next one here, nice little flat up top. I think universally, most people call this some iteration of power pass because it's supposed to look like power the run. Communication-wise, it's usually a letter and then a number telling you what hole the full slide is turning back on up front. So depending on how you number the holes to the left, it can be anything from like H, odd number, H5, H7. We're going to bluff the edge player into the flat. The running back is going to take his outside shoulder and cut the outside quad of the edge player, or try to. Right here, really nice job by Dobbs. Again, these types of throws, even though they might not be impressive to you as far as like deep down the field, they're not the easiest throws in the world. And they're open, wide open. You got to make these things look easy. Now, I personally prefer to reverse out on this, but some teams allow you to open. Quick fake to the back. He again is going to chop it, come out, flip your feet, and go 1 right here. And then it's almost always universally played with the number 2 right here. Now, it can be a bunch of different things. They can run spot, snag. They can run mesh. They can run shallow. They can do all sorts of something's going to be here for number 2. And you just play that thing outside in, trying to make this thing look like power, short yardage, like we're going to kick out that edge player with the fullback type, and then whoop, by him. Again, really nice throw, right where it's supposed to be. Really well done. Again, I don't think you can overstate how nice it is to have a quarterback be able to put these short throws right on the money. It's just like the guy who's doing it on fire right now is Bo Nix. Put it right where it's supposed to be, operate the offense at a really high level. That's what it looks like right now with Josh Dobbs underneath. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, the courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have courses on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offense available for you, so hop over there and enroll. You can check out all the courses at the new Quarterback School website, theqbschool.com. Get over there, ask me anything, a real fun, interactive way to be able to dive into the library of content available for you all. I appreciate you checking it out. Let me know what you think. And then finally, get over and follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for the video, Let's get back to it. Next one here, 1st and 9. I mean, this is one that I would say is potentially a blurry throw. Now, the crazy thing is it still hits him in the damn hand. Now, it's a really nice coverage from 58. I'm going to hope that this is a choice or an option from the back out the backfield. Again, just look at the ball location here. I mean, it's right there. So don't get it twisted that it was a bad ball. I just think it's contested. You don't have to throw that type of ball in this situation. So for me here, I'm going to call this a choice. This might just be a 5-yard little flat for them. If it was a choice, meaning he could go in, hook up, or potentially go to the slant in some systems, this is one of those perfect times, obviously in hindsight, but he's got inside leverage on you, but his shoulders are kind of facing out. So it's a perfect opportunity to do what some teams will call cross technique. So when he's inside like this, he wants you to run out. So you come up and you can just nod, jab, and cross his technique, then that's where the big plays happen. So let's just pretend that it's not even a choice. So let's just say this is the route and this is a corner. I think you could potentially throw the corner. It looks like it's there. If you didn't like either of them, I would say the loop on the backside that the 49ers run. I'm going to start calling it the 49er loop. They run it so much. You know, if he were to work all the way to the backside, this would have a chance to score. So again, we don't have to know the read to say, hey, this is a bit of a contested throw. Do we need to throw this ball right here? It's also really good coverage. I don't want to take that away from that guy. But you can see down here to the bottom, the little like either double post or cross post with the loop. That loop's going to be there right there if he comes back to the back. And again, maybe you throw it to the corner. Don't love the outside technique versus the corner. Still, for all my complaining, he still puts it right on the guy. Now, he might be getting his left arm grabbed. Probably not as good of a job of being lined up to the left either. He eventually gets there. But that's still a hell of a strike. Next one here, 2nd and long. We're going to work double slant down here to the bottom. 3-by-1. It's going to be dart, slant, really nice read versus middle field open. Well done. Get the ball out. On the body, on the break. The number 3, the tight end's running a sit. So it's kind of sit, drag into the left, line to the right. Now the thing came out a little funky, but it's right on him. And it's a really nice read. Again, this to me is a early install type of play. Sit, dart, or quick slant, playing it with dragon up top. Most teams would say, hey, let's go closed, open for the read. This is open. This is a big hole versus cover 2. Get in there, drive it, put it right on him. You know, I love slants in long yardage situations right here. Make somebody miss, score a touchdown. Boom. The throw kind of slows him down in the hole, right on him. It's a nice gain. Get it back between like manageable down and distance. Just decisive, quick game. You know, a little 1 and cheese there. 1 step, quick reset. Again, the ball's, you know, a little bit of a wobbler, some ears on it. Regardless, nice completion. Next one here, thought this was a bit of a rough rep. I think he really have 2 misses here. I think he probably could put it on the back on time here, you know, without us knowing what the read is for sure. And then when he gets out on the edge, you know, potentially a touchdown throw, high back 5, I think he just misses. Now, it's not the easiest throw going to your left, flipping your hips, throwing back across the field to a running back. I get that. But if he's working 81 to the right, you know, it's tough because 81 hits the deck here on it, gets tripped. That's a bad feeling. I think when he gets out here, you know, as he goes to extend and create, could he make that throw on the back line? He absolutely could make that throw. It's just a tick behind. Now, could the back, you know, throttle down and make a better play on it? Yeah, but he's a running back. It's tough. So down here to the bottom, you know, if you're trying to throw the ball to 81 on what is supposed to probably be a corner, so like speed out corner down here, once he hits the deck right there, you'd love to get to the back. And again, I don't know what the read is. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, you know, hey, if this is 1, this is 2, this is a check down, and this is 3, well, then it's not on Josh. if this is normal Texas or fan here, this is usually 1. That's where the ball should probably go. Now, again, it's a little counterintuitive sometimes to throw the ball in front of the end zone line, in front of the end zone, but right here it probably scores. So not there, got to go create. Great, you're not going to see everything. As he gets out on the edge, everything except that kind of final accuracy. So I like the vision to be able to see it, post movement, you got to go. But this is one of those plays where, it's third down. If the read is put it on the back, I think the back is there and you got to throw it. He's already gone. Now we get out and extend. He can certainly get out and create, no doubt about it. You just see maybe, where other guys might be as accurate on the run, this ability to get out there, flip your hips, put it right where you want. It's hard to do. Next one here, we put some easy completions on here. Might as well put them all. Tight end down here to the bottom. Little pivot, option, choice, hookup, easy completion. Again, getting us going here in a 2-minute situation. Get a completion, get the drive going. It's there. It's on time. Right on him. Great. Next one here. We're in that 2-minute situation. Communication is at a premium. Looks like down here there's a miscommunication with Dobbs and the wide receiver. Sure looks like Dobbs is throwing a almost like a stop route. The wide receiver's running a deep in. It's not there. He almost kills someone on the sideline. It's just one of those things. I think it's worth seeing the full picture because the good things he's doing, you also have some of these things that are baked into playing in preseason where you will have miscommunications, where this is a great rep if you're in this huddle, if you're in this system, to say, hey, we got to get on the same page. Doesn't matter who's in there. You never know when your number's called. We got to be on the same page. Next one here, 3rd and 4. This is a really cool rep. We're going to go mesh railroad. So we're going to hit a rail to the back, out the backfield. Now we're hot too. So I love it anytime we throw a hot and we don't get hit and it turns into a big chunk. This is a really, really nice rep. So again, everybody runs some version of mesh. Almost everybody runs some version of mesh railroad. This is outstanding. Now, again, he's catching it and throwing to what is normally the number 1 route, but it's well designed here because we are hot. So here's that rail out the backfield, right? I'll quickly draw up the rest of the railroad. Usually it's with a over the ball hook. And here's that mesh. The number 2 in the progression usually comes from the opposite side. Doesn't matter who it is, one of these guys coming across. So it's 1 here, 1B down the field, and 2 right here, 3 over the ball. Then this mesh usually continues right here. And then you can have whatever the hell you want out here. Whether you run corner, angle, out, double move, like some sort of one-off up top. Now, play-wise here, as we go and work this rail, the line is going the 4 down and right here. So if this guy blitzes, he is unblocked. So when he walks up, we get a squeeze from the right tackle. He's then going to take the backer, and now we're going to have a free runner from the widest edge, the C gap. So we got to beat that with the play. And he does a really nice job of putting the hot right on him. Okay? 2 lines through a route on a drawing. Hot makes an H. Okay? You're welcome. Now you can make your reads when you're in the next quarterback meeting. Hot on him. Dot. Just really, really outstanding football. Love to see it. Make it look easy. Beat the hot. Beat the pressure. Got the strength coach down there giving him the go home signal. Love it. Just exactly how it's supposed to be executed, which is exactly what you want when you're battling for that backup spot. Next one here. Josh Dobbs making plays, running around. Crazy scramble. Get out of bounds, stop the clock. So nothing's there initially for him. Got to go. We take an L at right tackle. Quick spin off. Got guys all over the place on the ground. Go. Again, nice change of direction. I think his athleticism, I wouldn't even say it's sleepy. The dude is athletic. He can stride out, but he's also got some quicks to it. So it's not just that kind of linear speed, but he's got some wiggle to it, and he's got a nice kind of ability to kind of feel where someone's around him, use his legs, pick up his legs. It's got almost like hurdler vibes. So we got to go immediately. Whoop. Quick change of direction, vision, put your foot in the ground, come back. Again, feet up, feet up, feet up. And then turn the corner and show off that speed down the sideline, protect yourself. This next one is a bummer. I thought this was the one throw that he for sure wants back, because this got the opportunity to score and be a big chunk. And again, beat the pressure. Once you prove that you can beat the pressure as a quarterback, you start seeing it a hell of a lot less. And this is one of those throws that's there, everything except the throw. Now, I make the argument maybe the read, but again, we're not in the room. We don't know what it is. Okay. It sure looks like that's a special or a crosser. This kind of looks like a post. You know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to tell you what it is. If this is what it is, so if this is a post and this is some element of a special or a number 3 vertical or a crosser, you know, different people would tell you different things. If I catch 0, just theoretically, if you catch cover 0 and there is a post available, I'm going to throw the post the vast, vast majority of the time. I just think it times out easier. It's better. You've done more of it. This to me has got some kind of like rounded features in it, which just makes it harder to know when you're supposed to throw it in a hot situation. Now, some teams on these crossers will make this hot turn to a hot slant. There's lots of different hot answers, okay? There's not one way to do it. I can just tell you, you know, route-wise, post here, it feels like it's usually easier to throw. But regardless, if you're going to go to the number 3, put your foot in the ground and throw it, as opposed to kind of put your foot in the ground and like, you know, almost falling. He's fallen away from that throw. Does he have time to hang back there and let 19 work to the post? Maybe not. You got that safety free runner coming at you. He's going to hit you hard. So I love the fact that he got rid of it before he was able to get hit. You can just see here that he never really quite gets into this throw. He's falling backwards. He's also got the center getting dump trucked into his lap. So not a great feeling. But man, that's you would have hit this. Now all of a sudden you're having a great preseason game. Next one here, 2nd and 10. 30 seconds left to go. Second quarter. We're going to try to throw a go up top. Press coverage, middle field close, man. Like the read. You know, I love the idea of giving your guy a chance. And there is a fine line between, I think an overthrow in that situation sucks. And I want to stay away from that at all costs. But you also can't underthrow it where you don't give your guy a chance. And again, that might sound like I'm talking out both sides of my mouth, but this hits the guy in the back. So the receiver really never gets an opportunity. And now maybe you could say, hey, put your foot in the ground and go through 36 to go try to make a play and get a penalty. Okay. You can also say that is great coverage. You know, it's one of those things where, again, the downfield accuracy, it's always one of those things where, you know, very few guys are world-class elite at it. I will also say that that route is getting squeezed to the sideline so tight that there's no place to really drop that ball down. You're running down the side hash up there. So not a big window. I like the decision. You know, the ball could certainly be better, but you also acknowledge the fact that, hey, we're going to take a shot. They get paid to cover. They do a nice job covering. It's decisive. It holds the middle field player. We just don't hook it up. Next one, 3rd and 10. This is an awesome play call. Double move down here to the bottom, a little down, out, and go. Beautiful. Big time hookup. You know, if you're being super picky, obviously you'd love to score here and not have the ball take you out of bounds as this thing kind of drifts left to right on you. You know, depending on the technique of the corner, I'm also not a huge pump fake guy. So what I mean by that is the corner looking at the quarterback down here? No, I think he is. So I should eat my own words here. So if this guy's looking at you and we've got a double move at him, then the pump makes sense to me. So let's pump, but when we pump or shrug, just know that if there's a safety, the near safety, he's going to be moving too. So you can't throw like that, you know, traditional kind of bomb go ball where it comes out of the screen, touches the rafters and comes down. You got to get it up and down with that safety. So I like the idea of pumping here. If that corner's looking at you, it's a hell of a route. Great acceleration, nice finish, and that's a big chunk. It's really, really well done. It sets up this whole 2-minute at the end touchdown run. So, But again, look at the safeties up top. Look at 24. 31 kind of stays in the middle of the field. Neither of them are going to get there, but it's a big time play. Awesome. All right, same 2-minute drive, 1st and 4 from the 4. We're going to try to hit a back shoulder down here to the bottom. We're just not on the same page. We don't put it exactly where we want. These throws are not easy throws, especially if you're working with guys you don't have a whole lot of experience with. But it's one of those things where I think Josh would probably expect a better ball here. Or at least, I guess my qualification for that is give your guy a chance. I don't expect to hook these up 100% of the time. I do expect to try to give the guy a chance. So if you're going to throw that back shoulder, put it high and far enough away where he can potentially get his fingers on it. Not there. And then you play the play out up top. They're running double stick up top. Double stick versus man. Tough. This is a really tough look, I think, defensively. 3rd and 1 here. We're going to end up working back across the field, kind of right to left to hit the new number 2 up top, or try to hit him on a little kind of shuffle or slant post. Now, this is one of those plays where I think, you get a little preseason bite here, because nothing about 3rd and 1 on the 1 to me says I'm going to get drop 8. Like, I'm just not anticipating drop 8. So that's the first part. Now, the next team that plays New Orleans and gets this look where they're in an odd front, I think if I saw this normally, I would be thinking, hey, we're probably going to get pressure, right? We got 3 people with their hands down. We got these outside backers looking like they're in sprinter stances. We theoretically could get 6 on our 5 here. Well, what they end up doing is only rushing 3, and these edge players kind of drop off. Well, in drop 8, you've got more time. You got 2 double teams. You're not in a rush at all. So I think he plays this in like normal speed. And the edge player up top does a really nice job of 2 things. One, he reroutes the first guy, and then he falls back into this lane. So if we're going to read this thing, whatever, down here to the bottom, no, reroute, no, this, there, I think of that as like that IU type route. It's there, but the guy just makes a nice play. And they also get us with the kind of like a change-up coverage here. Drop 8 man coverage. Pretty damn cool defensively. Good for you. You got us. On 3rd and 1, I'm not thinking I'm going to get that. So if you had to play this play over again, you got a lot of time. You got your right guard over here doing, 360 spins, double teaming people. And you tip your hat to that edge and say, hey, nice job. You got him on the reroute. So 58 does a nice job here. Reroute and then drop back into that lane. It's just a funky look. This is more of like an exotic look I think you're going to see change-up wise during the regular season, not 3rd and 1 in the preseason. It's a nice, gets his paw right on it, or that's going to be a touchdown. Last one here, 4th and 1. Love the aggressiveness going for it. Zone read down here to the bottom. Safety can't make the tackle in space. Nice job, Josh Dobbs. They've got it defensively. They've got you 1 for 1. You still got to be able to tackle in space, and 31 just can't get it done right here. Really nice job from Dobbs. Again, strong, quick, great job finding the end zone. It's a really impressive second quarter, man. That was fun to see. So we're just reading the right C-gap defender. So he makes this thing look easy. This is an easy read. The run is not easy. So here's the read. Can he tackle the back? As he comes across the field, he sure as hell can tackle the back. Well, this guy is set up right here to be the quarterback's guy. He's there, everything except making the tackle in space. So this is the hard part about the quarterback run game. Even if you get the math right, which they do here, you still got to be able to tackle in space. And usually the quarterback nowadays, a really good athlete. Just awesome job. Great drive. Great job getting big chunk plays and finishing it off with your legs right here. Outstanding. So that is a wrap. Josh Dobbs, really nice performance. I thought he maximized that opportunity to kind of showcase his ability to run the offense, to be really efficient and effective with what they were asking him to do, get the ball out of his hands. He was able to work backside a few times. You saw the athleticism on certain plays, his ability to extend and create. Now, did you also potentially see some limitations as far as the consistency to be able to get through all those reads, to be able to put the ball exactly where you want out on the edge? Maybe. But I mean, he's battling for a backup spot. I thought he had a really nice showing. Fun to see him compete, get that touchdown right before half, use his legs, his strength. Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.